You got a raise. So, why do you still feel broke? You finally got the raise, 5%, maybe 10. Your manager congratulated you. You updated your salary in your budgeting app. For a few days, you felt richer. Then something strange happened. Your rent went up. Groceries cost more, insurance increased. You upgraded one or two things because technically you could afford them now. And 6 months later, you checked your bank account and asked a question nobody prepared you for. Where did my raise go? Here's the uncomfortable truth. Millions of people are earning more money than they ever have, and still don't feel wealthy. Not because they're lazy, not because they're terrible with money, but because every time their income grows, their life quietly grows expensive enough to consume it. I call this the raise trap. And if you've ever received a promotion but still felt financially stuck, you may already be inside it. 1. The raise that changed nothing. Meet Danielle. At 34, she had the career she'd spent years building. Corporate job, good benefits, respectable title, and a $92,000 salary. Then came the promotion. Her salary jumped to $105,000, $13,000 more a year. Danielle did the math immediately. More savings, more investing. Maybe finally taking that trip she'd postponed. For the first month, she felt unstoppable. Then her apartment lease renewed. The rent increased. Her old car started feeling less appropriate for her new position. She began ordering lunch more often because work was exhausting. She upgraded her phone, joined a nicer gym, bought better clothes for meetings. Nothing felt irresponsible. That's what made the trap so difficult to see. Danielle wasn't buying yachts. She wasn't flying private. She was simply making dozens of small decisions that matched her new income. 1 year after her promotion, Danielle opened her banking app. She was earning $13,000 more. But financially, her life barely looked different. If this already sounds familiar, hit the like button and subscribe to Salary to Wealth, because the money traps that hurt us most are usually the ones that look completely normal. 2. Your lifestyle. Knows your salary. Most people believe earning more automatically creates wealth, but income doesn't decide how wealthy you become. The gap between what you earn and what your life requires does. Imagine someone earns $60,000 and needs $45,000 to maintain their lifestyle. There's a gap. That gap creates options. Now imagine they earn $100,000, but their lifestyle requires $95,000. On paper, they look more successful. Better apartment, better car, better vacations, better clothes. But financially, they may actually be more fragile, because their life has become expensive to maintain. This is lifestyle inflation. But I think there's a deeper problem. Your lifestyle learns your salary. Every raise gives your spending permission to expand. The extra bedroom, the newer car, the premium subscription, the "I work hard, I deserve this" purchase. Individually, these decisions look harmless. Together, they quietly absorb the exact financial freedom your raise was supposed to create. 3. The company got richer. Did you? Here's where things become uncomfortable. Your company understands something about money that many employees don't. When a company earns more revenue, it doesn't automatically spend every new dollar making the office more comfortable. Successful businesses ask, how much can we reinvest? What asset can we acquire? What system can we improve? How can this money produce more money? But when many employees earn more, they ask a completely different question. What can I afford now? That's the difference. The company sees additional money as capital. The employee often sees additional money as permission. Permission to upgrade, permission to finance, permission to increase the monthly cost of being themselves. And eventually, the raise that was supposed to create freedom creates new obligations instead. The paycheck gets bigger, but so does the amount of money required to survive every month. That's why someone can earn $150,000 a year and still panic over losing their job. Their income is high, but their dependence is even higher. 4. The invisible promotion tax. There's a hidden cost attached to earning more. I call it the invisible promotion tax. No government collects it, you create it yourself. Imagine your raise gives you an extra $700 a month after taxes. You upgrade your apartment, that's $250 more. You finance a newer car, another $200. More dinners and convenience spending, another $150. A few new subscriptions, $50. Suddenly, $650 of your $700 raise is gone. You worked for years to earn the promotion. You accepted more responsibility, more meetings, more pressure, more late-night emails, and your actual financial freedom increased by $50 a month. That's the raise trap. You exchange more responsibility for more income, then exchange almost all the new income for a more expensive lifestyle. The raise wasn't useless. You simply never gave it a job before your lifestyle claimed it. 5. What wealthy people do with a raise. So what should you do when you earn more? First, understand this. The goal is not to live miserably. The goal is not to earn six figures and feel guilty for buying coffee. The goal is to stop allowing every raise to disappear automatically. Before your lifestyle sees the new money, give the money a purpose. Suppose your take-home pay increases by $700 a month. Before upgrading anything, decide where that $700 goes. Maybe part strengthens your emergency fund. Maybe part goes toward long-term investments. Maybe part pays down expensive debt. Maybe part stays available for enjoying your life. The exact percentages will depend on your circumstances. The principle is what matters. Allocate before you inflate. Because once your lifestyle expands, shrinking it feels painful. But if you redirect part of a raise before becoming accustomed to spending it, you may barely feel the difference. Danielle's biggest mistake wasn't accepting the promotion. It wasn't earning more. It was assuming more income automatically meant more wealth. It doesn't. Income gives you potential. Your decisions determine what that potential becomes. 6. The real flex is the gap. Social media taught us to recognize visible wealth. The car, the house, the vacation, the designer bag, the impressive job title. But some of the most important signs of wealth are invisible. A 6-month emergency fund. Investments growing quietly. Low financial dependence. The ability to leave a toxic job. The ability to survive a layoff without immediate panic. The ability to make a career decision without asking, can I survive until my next paycheck? That's the real flex, the gap. The gap between what you earn and what you need. The wider that gap becomes, the more options you create. A raise should widen the gap. But for millions of people, every raise simply creates a more expensive version of the same financial dependence. More income, more bills, more pressure, same fear. So the next time you get a raise, don't immediately ask, what can I afford now? Ask, what can this extra money make possible 5 years from now? Because earning more isn't the same as becoming wealthier. A bigger paycheck can buy a bigger lifestyle, or it can slowly buy back your freedom. The difference is what happens before the money disappears. Danielle thought her promotion would change her financial life, but the promotion wasn't the transformation. The decision she made with the extra money was. So here's my challenge to you. Look at your last raise, your last bonus, your last increase in income. Then ask yourself one uncomfortable question. Did my wealth increase? Or did my lifestyle simply become more expensive? Comment the gap if you're focused on creating more space between what you earn and what your life requires. And if you want more story-driven money lessons that challenge the financial advice we've all been taught, subscribe to Salary to Wealth, because your next raise shouldn't just make your life look richer, it should make your future stronger. A raise only changes your life when your lifestyle doesn't spend it first.